Hello, Happy New Year! Welcome to the very first video of 2024, and as you know, for the past couple of years I have been doing goal videos where we have a quick look back of the year previously, so have a look what we did in 2023, see what goals we set in 2023 and whether we achieved them, and then set some new goals for this year. But first, let's have a little rewind and see what we did in 2023. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love these montages, and that's because we just run from one cake to the next, one job to the next, and you completely forget what you got up to. But luckily I document it and can look back and go, oh Ash, I remember going there, I remember that cake. And hopefully if you've been following along, you will have recognised some of those too. But now it is time to look back and see what goals I set for myself and whether we achieved them or not. Now, this one's a little bit different because I didn't get round to doing my goals video for 2023 until May. Yes, May. It is no secret, I just don't like January, February. I'm really sorry, January, February, but you're very cold, you're very dark, you're very rainy, and very miserable. So sometimes it can take me a while to come round to 2024. I'm still in hibernation / Christmas mode, but I thought I would have to pull my pants up and get this filmed in January. So the goals that you're about to see in the bottom half of the screen are what I actually set in May. So I only really had 6 or 7 months to achieve them. So let's see how we did. So let's go with the obvious, the one that's been on the list the past 2 years, and that is self-care. This is still a goal. I need to start looking after myself. I am determined to just get this ticked off the list at some point. This has been a goal of mine for many, many years. If you have watched all the previous goal videos, you will know this. Something I have majorly struggled with, but I can say I had done so much better in 2023 in terms of going getting my nails done, going getting my eyebrows waxed and getting my hair done. You'll see I have a new fringe since the last one. So I can finally say I have looked after myself better in that way in terms of having nails done and things in 2023, and I'm carrying that with me this year. I already have another nail appointment booked in, and I'll book another hair one in soon to cover up my little greys popping in. I haven't done well in other ways, in like I need to drink a lot more. I don't drink barely enough, and I could probably eat far better. In terms of that side of things that I could never keep up with, I managed to do that one. I am so happy to finally get this ticked off. I can already tell you now I'll never achieve this, but I'm going to put it in anyway because it's on the list. And that's to do more walking this year. And I don't mean just more walking. I've specifically put 100 walks. Yes, we didn't do 100 walks. And I did say that I probably wouldn't achieve the whole thing, but we did get plenty of walks in. So that is a good bonus. We even went out and bought ourselves some proper rainproof jackets. We got some walking pants. I got some new hiking boots, walking socks, you know, all the walking paraphernalia, just to try and make it a bit more comfortable when you're out on walks. So we did actually go all in and buy some of that stuff and went out and did a lot of walks in 2023. This is something I am carrying on. I'll leave that till the goals of 2024. So I'm going to say I did half of this. I haven't done the 100 walks that I wanted to do, but I definitely did more walking. The third goal on my list, which has never cropped up before, so this is brand new, and that is to attend some market/fairs. I achieved this goal and I actually did far more than I was hoping to do. So yeah, I've never done markets before in terms of selling products physically on the day to people, using a card machine, things like that. I've only ever done wedding fairs where you just stand with your cakes and have a chat. So selling things on the day in terms of like packing in a bag, selling what they want, adding it up on a card machine, will the card machine work, and things like that. And I wanted to kind of push myself and see what that sort of felt like, and was it something I could introduce with my products. And I am not going to lie, my very first market was a local one. I thought, start small. It's your first setup. We're going to see how things go. And I sold one chocolate bar. I sold a few other little bits, so I did make the stall money back, but I think I made £25, which you come away from that not really knowing what to think. You're going, is it the products? Is it the market? Is it my stall? You're trying to run through a million things of why you didn't earn a great deal. And then I had my second market after that and did absolutely insane. So I didn't change anything. The only thing I changed was the location and the people and the market I was targeting. I've come to realise that the first one was definitely not my vibe. Nobody else did very well on that day either. It wasn't very well managed and things like that. So I know which markets to target and where my people are, and I did amazingly well at my second one. And then I did do a few more towards Christmas, selling my chocolate bars as Christmas presents, and I did much better. So yeah, I can't believe I got another goal ticked off. It's taken me years and years and years to do a market, and I finally done it. Another goal that is new, has not really been on the list before, but we do it anyway, and that is to save money. I don't know about you, but the cost of living crisis is hitting hard. Yeah, this one's kind of hard to reach, isn't it? Because you can't control what is happening in the world and prices going up. That's not something we can actually control. All we can do is kind of adapt around that by shopping either with cheaper brands, cheaper supermarkets, cutting down on any luxuries. So it's hard to achieve. I'm not really sure what I was aiming for here in terms of saving money, because we do this all the time. We shop at Aldi, the cheapest things. We never buy branded. That's a lie. The only branded item we buy is Yorkshire tea. It has to be Yorkshire tea. But everything else is like Aldi branded peppers, Aldi branded lettuce, Aldi branded cereal. We very rarely buy brands anyway. So we have managed to put money aside because I am an absolute squirrel. I love having a safety net, so I'm always trying to squirrel away what we can and put it somewhere to the side, just in case something needs fixing. And in true Rothwell fashion, something needs fixing again. This time it's Abby's roof. We had already had it fixed previously. It obviously didn't work. So now we're having to shell out for a new roof. Hence why I like to have a little pot on the side ready to go for things like this. So yes, I can say that we have achieved this. So we haven't saved as much as we would like, but there is money there to fix a roof, which is all we can ask for. And that leads me on to the last goal on my list, which is to work on the house instead. I didn't know this was coming up next, but yeah, fixing the house. So we wanted to work on the house, and like I said, I only filmed that in May, so we only had 6 or 7 months. We did our bedroom, that was just a case of like peeling wallpaper off, sanding the walls, painting it, putting up some like paneling in our room, because our room didn't really get the full shebang when we moved in. It just got a bit of a lick of paint and that was it, and it really desperately needed more than that. So we finally got round to doing that, and yeah, like I say, we are on with Abby's roof, and after Abby's roof has been done, Abby's room will then be done, because obviously the leak is so bad it has affected her ceiling, so she's going to need a whole new ceiling. And if you're going to do the whole new ceiling, you might as well take off the wallpaper that's kind of scuffed here and there. You know, if one job's getting done, you might as well do the rest. So that was my finished goals list for 2023. I didn't seem to set many, and we achieved quite a lot of them. So I'm really, really happy with that, because I was panicking like 6 or 7 months to get those done. And I did quite a few of them, so chuffed with that. Now on to goals for 2024. I know not everybody likes to set goals, they just tick through the year, but I am one of those people who do like to set a goal. It just keeps me focused. Why am I here? I have to have a goal. That's why I'm here. So let's get round to this year's new goals. Number one, the one that's on everybody's list, is probably to eat more healthily. And I say this having just had a takeaway last night. So yeah, I don't call them like New Year's resolutions or anything like that. They're just kind of goals to kind of reach. And I don't start them in January either. As you can tell, I literally had a takeaway pizza last night with some kebab meat and chips. It was glorious. And the reason why I don't start my goals like in January, February, I kind of ease into them, is because, like I said, it's a really crappy, dark, miserable month, and trying to like eat more healthily and eat salads during this time is hellish. I don't have that kind of willpower. I have to wait till the weather starts getting a bit better. So if you're the same, don't feel bad for falling off the wagon already and ordering that kebab. We can do it. It will just be later on when the sun comes out, when we're more prepared for it. We don't have to start and stick to it in January. We're all good. But yes, the goal is to get more veggies in. I love veggies anyway. I don't eat meat a great deal, but I do love my stodgy stuff. I love my stodgy cheesy pastas, things like that. But I would prefer to eat a little bit more healthier and get some like veggies and lettuce and salads and things in. Another goal that is sticking around from last year is walking. We have goals this year to get a lot more walking done, and I'm actually going to schedule them into the diary. So I live off my diary. It tells me when my cake orders are. It tells me when kids are in school, off school, in college, when they're working, work schedules, when we're at the theatre. So I live my life by my calendar. So if you're struggling to kind of get any goals done, write them in your diary. Write them in your calendar, whether you use a digital one or a paper one. If you write them in, you've scheduled them in, so it's something you have to do on that day. You're prepared for it, you can see it's coming up, so you're less likely to put it off. So what I'm actually going to do is tag mine onto cake deliveries. So we deliver all over the UK. We've got one coming up in Wales and things like that, and Wales is great for walking. A little bit wet, but great for walking. So what I'm going to do is have a look where we're delivering to, because we're always delivering in the morning, ready for the wedding. So like say between 10 and 11 a.m. we can go and get some dinner, and we can just scout out a walk circuit nearby the venue and visit that straight after dropping the cake off. So we're getting to see completely different new scenery because we're over there anyway. That's where we're delivering to. So we've driven to an entire new place and get to see new scenery and walk and exercise whilst we're at it. And then there might be other times where we want to do a very specific walk that we will travel to specially for that day. Like we won't be delivering a cake, we'll just schedule it into the diary and say, right, this is where we're going this weekend. We're going to get a packed lunch, healthy one. So yes, expect to see a few more walks and stuff on the YouTube channel, and that's something I haven't mentioned a million times. So if you don't know, I now have 2 YouTube channels, which is why I'm struggling a little bit with this goals video, because my little cherry cake channel that you're watching right now, where this video is, I have tried to keep that more on the cake side. So my behind the scenes vlogs, I used to chat a lot about home stuff. So I'd bring the camera home with me and I'd talk about what was happening at home as well as the cake, because it was kind of like my life as a cake decorator with everything thrown in. And for the past few months I've tried to keep it cake only, so I've kept like the camera in the studio and only filmed the behind the scenes of the making of the cake, where we're delivering it, what's behind the design, and not really chatted too much about personal stuff or things going on at home, to try and just keep the channel cake related. And a lot of people were enjoying seeing more behind the scenes of the cake side than they were like me just chatting about what I was having for tea or whatever. So I decided to separate it, and I have a whole new channel. So this is Little Cherry, where all the cake stuff is, and if you want to see the other stuff such as the walks, me chatting about things that not cake, I have a new YouTube channel called Cherry Rambles. I will leave it linked below. It's always linked below in all my videos, but that is where you want to be if you want to see the other side. And the reason why I struggle with these goal videos is because some of them are very personal goals that are nothing to do with cake, i.e. walking goals, eating more healthily. These are very much personal goals rather than business goals. So I wasn't sure like whether to split the video, do I just chat about business stuff, but I've just decided to keep the format the same for now. Otherwise it would never get done. Another goal that is sticking around is to fix the house. This is where I spend a heck of a lot of my time, because I do work half here and half in my studio, and because we're trying to save money and things for a bigger holiday in 2025, it means we're not going to be going anywhere too far in 2024. We're not having any like major holidays or anything this year, which means we're going to be spending a lot of time in the house. And if we're going to do that, I want not to be annoyed when I walk past something. I go, oh, wallpaper's hanging off, oh, there's a big hole there, oh, the roof's gonna fall in. So I think this goal is going to stick around in terms of getting a lot of DIY done and looking after the house, because it's going to be where we're going to spend a lot more of our time. Another goal, which is more business related and it's very, very specific, is I would like to purchase a sheeter this year. Now, if you don't know what one of these is and you've never heard of one before, it's essentially a very, very expensive rolling pin. It rolls your sugar paste out in one continuous thickness, except there's no actual rolling involved with your arms because you put it through a machine. It's essentially a massive pasta machine, very expensive, over £1,000. It's been on my radar for a couple of years. I've been keeping my eye on it, sitting on the fence, not sure whether to buy one or not, and I think 2024 is the year we purchase one. What do you think? I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't know whether I will regret my purchase with it being such a big purchase, but keep watching and we'll find out. But I'm hoping it will also speed up. I have been rolling sugar paste out manually for over 20 years, and I feel like it's time I treated my arms to something a bit more automatic and uniformed. Another work-related goal is to work with more local venues. Now, this has never come up before as a goal, but I'm just getting to the stage where a lot of the long distance deliveries that never used to bother me, sit with cakes on my knee for hours. I have done it for years, many, many years. We deliver all up and down the UK. The reason for that is because my target audience lives all over the UK, because my cakes are very niche and very specialised. In that I make alternative wedding cakes, so my alternative couples are a little bit more spread out because my cakes don't often cater to every single couple. They're not very normal looking. So if I want somebody who wants a zombie wedding cake, they're not always going to be local. So we do deliver, we've got some really long deliveries booked in this year. We've got like a 2 to 3 hour one in Wales. We've got London, which is miles and miles away. What I would like to do is try and deliver my cakes more locally, and that means we'll just get to spend more time together at the weekend in terms of doing things like the walk-in. If we're spending 4 hours delivering a cake, sometimes that's really draining, and you know you've got to come 4 hours home, so you don't kind of want to put a walk in between that. So if we could deliver locally, it means I'm home a lot quicker, and we can plan more days out around those wedding cake deliveries. But we'll just have to see how it works, because I have a feeling that this is a bit like my markets. I went to a local market and completely died a death. So if I go to a very local wedding fair, the same thing could happen, but I haven't tried it. We won't know unless we try. And the very last goal is also a new one, and it's going to be the most difficult one so far, is to cut down my Instagram usage. I doom scroll. I scroll a lot. So I'm on there obviously for business, to keep my business running, because I don't have a physical shop where people can come to visit me. I have a studio up out the way, so to be able to let people know I exist, I have to be online for that. And I look after my Instagram, I post on Instagram, I'm commenting on Instagram, but one thing I noticed that I'm doing a lot more is just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And it's the first thing I do in the morning. I'm laid in bed and I'll pick my phone up and I'm scrolling and scrolling, and I can lay in bed for another hour and not even start my day, because I'm looking through things that just do not even matter. The stuff that I've seen doesn't make me feel any better about myself. And it certainly doesn't make me feel any better that I've laid in bed for an hour when I could have been up and dressed and got something done. So I feel like there's probably a lot of you out there that resonate with this. So we've got to be really careful. We've just got to go on social media for a very specific reason, to post a picture of a cake, to let people know you exist, what offers you have on, do your inquiries, comment on other people's cakes or other people's posts, and then put it down. Just put it down. Stop looking at it, because you can lose hours in this thing. Again, haven't started this yet. We are in January, but I haven't started this yet. I woke up, spent my morning looking through Instagram. But it's like from this moment onwards, I'm now going to make a conscious effort. I'm just wondering if there's anything you can kind of set on your phone to say, right, you've already spent 10 minutes on Instagram, it's time to turn it off now, and it actually pops up on your phone. I'm sure somebody will have made one somewhere. But I definitely need something like that, just to kind of snap me out of that scrolling mentality, because you're just going from one to the, oh, maybe there's something underneath that I like, maybe there's something underneath that will make me laugh, things like that. So yeah, this is the hardest goal without a doubt. We'll see if we reach this next year. But that's it. I struggled actually trying to find goals for this year, because I don't really know what I want anymore. I sat down and thought, right, I need to set my goals, and I kind of just sat there for a little while thinking, I don't even know what I want. I don't know what I want. That's okay, because you'll figure it out eventually. The only reason why I kind of forced myself to do it is because I didn't want to leave it until May again. So I kind of had to think of something, and these are just what they are for this year. So we'll see how we get on. But thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what your goals are, if you like to set them, what you think of mine. Do you doom scroll a lot? Are you wanting to eat more healthily? I think those are like the top two of it on everybody's list. And also, if you are a brigadier, which you're part of my Cherry Brigade online cake community, some of you have been sharing your goals already, and I have written them in a notebook, and I will be checking in with you every other month to help you see how we can help you reach your goals and kind of keep you on track. So if you're a brigadier and you haven't shared your goals yet, please go and do that in the Facebook group. And if you want to join us, now is a perfect time, the start of a new year. Please come and share your goals with us, and we will try and help you reach yours. But that's it, I'm done. Let the vlogs commence. If you want cake stuff, it's this channel. If you want to see what else I get up to, it's Cherry Rambles. And I'll either see you here or there, but let's start 2024.